have this knowledge. Here it is.
One thing to also know that, because in what I do is like one of the big component is like giving people hope. Because, sometimes people think, oh, I did, something happens, my credit's bad. How, they don't even, like I said, they don't even know what to start. So they lose hope, right? So I tell people, and one of the things that I always like to say is like, every credit's fixable. Don't think because somebody has $5,000 worth of debt compared to somebody that has $100,000 worth of debt, it can be fixed. No, and no matter the amount of debt that you have, might take longer, right? Some credits might take longer than others to get fixed, but it's fixable. When you're trying to really get it back from a bank, whatever it is, either get a car, loan, credit card, a personal loan, they're gonna look at the report because you can even have a 700 credit score with one account. One account, like a $500 credit card, if you pay it on time and you have it for like 6 months, that gives you a 700 credit score. But it doesn't mean that you're gonna go to the bank and get whatever you want. Your rent. And not only report your rent. For example, I think it's Rental Karma. That's one. There's many companies now, but Rental Karma was one of the first ones that start with that product. And now Rental Karma allows you not only to report your rent nowadays, but also to like backdate it. So for example, you can go, I think it's like up to like 10 or 15 years of rent, and all that history they reported to your report, and that's how you build credit. Because
TMP Empire.
Hi y'all, this is Anna at Red Carpet District. We are also Red Carpet Studios. Introducing you to our special guest, Marlon Credit. We're going to be talking about personal credit. What is personal credit? How does personal credit work? So needless to say, here to introduce Marlon. Welcome to Red Carpet.
Thank you.
Come in and
it's always an honor to be here, in your space, in your studio, just teaching people, right, finances and credit. So thank you again for having me, right? So I know this is going to be special. It's going to be great, and a lot of people are going to get, good information from this. So, yes. So how we doing?
It's been so good. Nothing to complain about. Things are just flowing. It's
good.
An honor to have you back again.
Definitely.
This is a part 2.
Yes.
Giving you all some gems.
Yes.
Wanna, kind of introduce some, knowledge to the youth and to the population and community, because we are really based on community. We want to get you out there and give you the knowledge that you don't get in school, unless you're going to an intentional school that's going to give you this type of information.
Right.
So, always an honor to have you back and helping us, guide, the community.
I think the community needs it. The community needs what I call a specific knowledge, which is like learning one topic and then, helping others with it. And that's the thing when it comes to like, especially credit, it's not really like taught in school like that. So that's why what you're doing, I like I was telling you earlier, I like your vision. I like what you're trying to do for the community, especially for the youth. But I don't really think this information is fine in school. So having this platform like you're doing to bring professionals in different areas to teach them different knowledge is great. So thank you definitely for that. So let's get it going.
Let's go. So I have a few questions.
Don't
mind me. I can't remember these offhand, so I'm going to kind of browse through my questions here. So the first one, obviously the most important one, right? What is personal credit?
Definitely, yeah. Usually, personal credit is considered when it's like attached to your social security or an IT number. It's attached to you as a person, right? Because you have personal credit and you have also business credit. That is different, right? So personal credit is based on that. It's based on your IT number. If you don't have a social,
what is an
IT number is for people that they don't have like a legal status in the country, and the IRS allows you to get a 9-digit number like the social for you to be able to pay taxes. Literally,
and where do they get
that's
that?
What it is. You can get it from the IRS. And there also like CPAs and tax professionals. They can also help you obtain it in case you don't know. But Yeah, so personal credit is for those people with IT numbers or social.
And you're saying IT number?
IT number, yeah, like ITIM.
ITIN for Nancy or M for Mary?
N for Nancy.
So that's ITM. Remember that, guys.
Yep.
ITM. If you don't have a social security number, I think that's very important.
Yes.
For those who are really trying, unfortunately you don't have the citizenship, but you wanna start from somewhere to accumulate, some sort of, credit history.
The only thing with the IT numbers is that not all banks is going to allow you to. It's going to lend you, right?
Right, makes sense.
Yeah, no, because your risk is
Credentials,
higher, right?
Yeah.
But the majority of banks, like big banks, like for example, Capital One, Bank of America, Chase, they are allowing you to get credit cards, even loans now with an IT number, which is great. Now you can even buy a house with an IT number.
Get out.
Yeah, back in a couple of years back, you couldn't. So now they opening it up, more doors for those people. But yeah, that's kind of like personal credit. It's a credit attached to your name.
Gotcha. To your name and your social, right?
Yeah, to your name and your social. Right. Yep.
Okay, so the other one is how do you build credit from scratch?
Yeah, no, that's good. And I think a lot of people also confuse that when it comes to having a good score and actually a report, right? How you build it. So in order to build good credit, you want to have multiple accounts, right? You want to have, for example, like a loan, like a personal loan, a car loan. You want to have a couple of credit cards in there. And there is great products out there too that you can get. For example, you can get something like it's called Kickoff, right? It's not like a Kickoff. Yeah, Kickoff, like KIKOFF, Kickoff.
Kickoff.
Yeah,
okay.
you can get accounts like that allows you to like build credit without getting into too much debt. Makes sense? Because the purpose of those accounts is just to help you build credit.
Right.
Another one that I like is like reporting your rent to your credit. That's a way to build it. Who doesn't really pay rent, right?
Right.
So,
and you know what? A lot of people don't know that. I actually learned that. Didn't that just start happening though? That was
no, actually, there is some companies that's being,
that been
doing that for some years now.
Yeah. So I literally found that out when I think I opened one of my first LLCs that I was gonna do. I was telling you the Toro thing, private car rental, and they had mentioned you can actually
you can report your rent. And not only report your rent. For example, I think it's Rental Karma. That's one. There's many companies now, but Rental Karma was one of the first ones that start with that product. And now Rental Karma allows you not only to report your rent nowadays, but also to like backdate it. So for example, you can go, I think it's like up to like 10 or 15 years of rent, and all that history they reported to your report. And that's how you build credit. Because in credit, you need to understand that history is super, super important when it comes to history, right? Like having age in your credit. It's not the same for you to have somebody that, let's say, is building credit for like 3 months, that's somebody that's building it for like 10 years, right? The people with 10 years definitely gonna have more age, more history, right? So they're gonna be able to access like more lines of credit, more loans, like higher limits, things like that. So there's a lot of great products. Kickoff, like I say, Rental Karma. You can also go to a credit union and you can ask them for a secure loan.
I've heard of the
secure loan. It's a loan that they don't advance you the money. You know how the regular loans are. That let's say you get the 5,000, they give you the 5,000, and then you start paying. No, what you do is like you actually start paying monthly towards that goal. Let's say the secure loan is 2,000.
Okay.
They might put you to pay, I don't know, like 150 a month. Once you get to the 2,000, then they give you the 2,000. So it's just like a way to build your credit. But what you can do, a hack, is that when you open the secure loan, let's say you have like 2,000 save up, and the loan is for like 2,000. What you do is like you pay 90% of the loan with your savings, right? You pay 90% already, and then you pay the rest in monthly payments. That way, it might take you just a couple months to do it, but then it's gonna show that you have a payoff loan. in your report. And that's super key, because now when you're trying to get something else, like a personal loan or like a car loan,
Got that backup.
they're gonna see that, oh, you already pay off a loan, and they love that. Banks love to see that you pay off accounts,
right?
Yeah, so you get a secure loan for like Navy Credit Union, or a credit union in your community. You can just go walk in and ask them, hey, I want to do a secure loan. Once you get the loan, pay it up to 90%. If you got the money, obviously, pay it up to 90%, and then the rest, pay it in monthly payments. That way, you get a 90% paid off account, and you're building the credit with the monthly payments. Make sense?
Wow, that is so.
Yeah, that's
never even heard of that.
So with like, if you could do like 2 like that, and then you do a couple of the rent reporters, you know, and then you do the kickoff, you can do another secure credit card, right? Like you put the money deposit and they give you the credit card. Yeah. With a couple of those, you'll be great building credit.
Now, in respect to that, like time frame, like how long does it take?
That's good.
If you did that, if you started with those steps,
I would say at least 6 months you want to give
that's
it.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's the thing, because now with these accounts allowing you to backdate, think about it, because the thing that takes the most when it comes to building credit is time. Think about it, because you need history, age, right? Because you got to but now if they're allowing you to backdate it, you're taking advantage of like, wow, let's say you being in your apartment for 5 years, paying rent. I was like, man, how can I take advantage of all those 5 years? Now with Rental Karma allows you to do that. So now when they report it as a 5 years account instead of like a new account.
Guys, look at
you understand what I'm saying?
Gems.
So now imagine like that account, and even that Rental Karma thing, it even help you a lot when you're trying to buy a house. Because think about it, when you're trying to apply for a mortgage, if they see that you pay your rent on time, they'll be like, oh no, this person paid the rent on time. So they're gonna, it's a sign that they might be able to pay the mortgage.
What is the word? You're reliable.
Yes,
right? I can
credible.
Count on that you're gonna pay my money back. That's what all banks want. They want to see that you have the back end to, pay your bills, pay your bill, pay the money that they're loaning you. So that's awesome. Oh my God, that's a super gem.
Right.
For sure. Was that it on that one?
I mean, there's a lot of accounts that I know that you can, use to build. But I think with those main ones, is a great start for people that are building from scratch.
Now, is it possible that, for this session or this podcast, for us to kind of provide that information below, they
can put the links.
Yeah.
You even just go on Google search, it will give you. You go on Google, so you put kickoff credit building. And
no, I'm saying, in regards to this, to this podcast, can we somewhere, in the recording provide, the other alternatives in give them the
other ones, of course. Yeah, there's no.
So we'll try and see if we can somehow provide more information under the video, so you have all that information to go back on. But again, it's Rent Karma.
Yeah, Rental Karma, Kickoff. There's another one, Credit Strong too. Let's speak a little bit about that one. So Credit Strong or Self. So those companies allows you to let's say people like to save money, right? So it allows you to, it's kind of like the secure loan. It allows you to pay monthly. Each of those payments gonna build your credit, and then at the end of let's say they pull you they have different plans. Let's say $50 a month, right? Okay. For 24 months. At the end of the 24 months, you paying $50. Then they send you the check with the amount that you save. So that way, it's a way to save money and also build credit.
So initially, that's more like they create a savings for you.
Yes.
Rather than you controlling that savings, right? Am I understanding it right?
Yeah.
They more manage that for you, and at the end, you get a check.
They put it on an account that accrue interest. Exactly. Because imagine, you can do that yourself. You can just put it in your savings, but it's not building credit. You understand? You see the difference? By you doing with a company like Self or Credit Strong, each payment that you made to that company, they show it to the credit bureaus. Building your credit instead of you saving on your own.
You and I need to have a sit down after this.
Those are the different things that people can do to build it. To build from scratch, or even build for somebody that probably got a couple accounts, but they still need more, because in order to like really get a bag, like a good money from banks, you need at least, I would say, 8 to 10 accounts in your report.
See, I struggle with that because it scares me to like I
have multiple accounts.
Yes, because then I feel like I'm lost with the management of the account.
I understand.
How do I manage and how do I stay
That's
up to
good.
par with the 8 accounts? And I go through that right now recently. So I would be one of those people that still needs to build more.
To keep build,
I need to build more.
Yes,
So
I would say a tip for that is like having auto pay. Let's say you do have multiple accounts that you're paying, having auto pay, that would definitely help. Having reminders, things like that. But yeah, I mean, that's, and also doing, auto connecting your account, that the money, they take the money.
So I do that. I do auto pay for that reason, because now it's hard to manage all these accounts on my own and say, okay, I got to pay this one on this time. And usually what I do to be able to sustain like my payments, I basically call all my accounts and say, listen, can you move my billing date to the end of the month rather than the first of the month, because I pay my rent on the first, right? We all pay our rent on the first.
Yes.
Then you don't have enough funds to pay for all your other credit cards. So I try to be able, that's a management
strategy,
way for me
right,
to kind of not let things fall through the cracks. That's and then good. I'm 30 days behind, now it's affecting my credit. So
also it's always good to consider and be aware. You don't want to take into account that you cannot handle. You know what I mean? Too. Like, I'm giving you all these tips and gems, but if you have to do one at a time, because you cannot afford to pay all, because usually all of those accounts require a monthly fee. Correct. But you got it. That's why you got to know your budget, right? If you have, let's say, I can put $200 a month to build my credit. Now you can split that 200 into, like, let's say 2 or 3 accounts. But if it's only for somebody only have $100, okay, I'm only gonna do like 2 accounts or 1 account at a time, so that way you don't overdo it. Because that's what happened when we're gonna get into credit repair too. But that's what happened with people that reach out to me wanting credit repair. Usually 90-95% of them is that they overdid it. That's credit. They overdid it. Now something happened. Life happens, right? They can, lose their job, reduce their hours. Something can happen. Now they don't have the income to support the credit. And what happens next? Past due, late payments, then collections, charge off. Then it's like getting into court. You know what I mean?
Except court.
Trust me. Trust me too.
Don't wait for the court.
No, guys, the reason why I'm here is because I've been in the good credit side, I've been in the bad credit side, and I fixed my bad, and now I'm on the good side. So, I was up, down, up. So now I'm able to tell you, hey, listen, this is how it works because I was there. It makes sense? So
experience, so the lived experience, right? It's not just knowledge that you went to school. It's lived experiences, which are so much better because now we know he's had those experiences. So
you gotta live it.
The guide is there. It's accurate. He's lived it. He knows, what those steps that it takes to kind of be able to manage.
That's right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Awesome. Oh wow, that's a good one, Marlon. All right. On to the next question. What is credit score and credit report?
Yes.
That's such a good one.
Yes.
Please.
Yep.
Please.
And also, it gonna goes even back to the building the credit, right? Let me tell you this. I even got clients now that have perfect scores, 750, 770. We go and apply for a loan, deny. We go to 770 credit score, deny. Why? Because of the difference of the two that I'm going to explain now.
Okay.
The scores is not it. When you're trying to really get a bag from a bank, whatever it is, either get a car, loan, credit card, a personal loan, they're going to look at the report. Because you can even have a 700 credit score with one account. One account, like a $500 credit card. If you pay it on time and you have it for like 6 months, that gives you a 700 credit score. But it doesn't mean that you're gonna go to the bank and get whatever you want.
Right?
Because they think you say, I got a 700 credit score, I'm gonna give me. No, it's not how it works. The score is just a reflection of your report. If you don't have a bill, like we were talking about, like rental, karma, history, you don't have multiple accounts, that the bank can look at and can see like, oh no, this person pay off accounts already. You know, they pay on time. They know how to manage different type of debt.
Accounts, yeah.
Then, you know, they can kind of like, you know, lend you something. But that's the difference. The score is not all. It's not all. You also need to have a proper and a structured credit report. And the score is gonna fix itself. Even if you have, let's say you have a 600 credit score and you got some things on the report that you got to work on. If you work on that, the score is just going to go up because it's just a reflection. Working is like repair. Let's say you do have like late payments, you do have collections, charge off, things like that. If you remove those things from your credit, automatically your score is supposed to go up.
Okay, and somebody like that has no knowledge would ask, how do you remove? When you say remove, how does that work?
Yeah, so that's when the credit repair comes into play. Like credit repair is just the legal process, right? A lot of people even ask if they even legal. Yes, it's legal. There is laws put in place. There's a lot of laws, but I'm just going to mention a few here because of time. Right. So one of them is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. It's FCRA. That's like the abbreviation of that. FCRA. Basically, the main like summary of that law is that it allows you to dispute anything in your credit. Yep. For example, like the law says that your information on your report has to be 100% accurate. So if you're looking at an account, right? Let's say like a electric bill that you have, you forgot to pay it, it's past due, whatever. Now it's settled. Let's say your electric company now it has a collection agency, right? Yeah. You have the right under that law to dispute that the validation of that debt. You can say, hey, I'm writing this letter to know that this debt is not mine, or the amount that they're trying to charge me is not correct. Like literally you can find anything in that reporting and dispute it based on that law. And that's what credit repair is. It's the legal process of utilizing laws to dispute or fix, right, anything on your report. That's basically what we do for people.
Okay.
Yeah, credit repair.
Now, when you say that, right? So, if let's say now I call which I've done. I've called a credit bureau and it's facts. You know, they do work with you, as into either if you wanna kind of like how do you say
dispute it or
not dispute it, but finalize it, like just
settle
it. They're willing to settle. So let's say you owe 1,000 and you say, you know what? I really want to fix my credit. I really want to pay this off. How can we settle?
Right.
Sometimes they'll even let you pay like half, 50% of what you owe. Right. And then they clear you out.
That's a good point that you say. Mm-hmm. You know why they even allow you to pay less than
they let you negotiate.
They let you and sometimes even crazy discounts like that, like 50%.
Yeah, I've gotten them.
The reason why is because some of these collection agencies, they be buying those debts for pennies.
Right.
Let's take that example of $1,000, right? Sometimes they just buy that debt for like $50, $100, and then they're trying to collect that 1,000. But remember, they just bought that thing for $100, so they have all this margin, right? That even if they collect $500 for you it's a discount. For you, it's like, wow, I went from 1,000 to 500. But for them, they profiting like the $400. You know what I mean? For them, it's a great business. Imagine if they do that 100 times or thousands of times, right, to millions of consumers. That's a whole business.
It makes sense because I'm like, how is it that I owe you 1,000? You're okay?
And you're okay
with percent?
Come on, like they're gonna be losing money every time. Think about it.
Sometimes they'll be like, oh, I can't do like the 500, but I could do 490, whatever. I'm like,
yeah, because they train the salespeople on negotiating. So I'm not denying that you owe the debt and that you don't want to pay. I just tell people be educated on that because some of these collectors, they don't even have the right or license or anything to collect money from you. They only have like a piece of paper with your name, address, and like a photocopy of the debt, but they don't actually have the legality of it to collect. So what happened is when we start investigating, because credit repair, remember, it's a legal process. When we start investigating, we find out that, okay, this collection can do anything. And what do they have to do? Abide by the law and remove the record. And usually when that record is removed, that account was removed from your report, that's it. They just even stop trying to collect money from you.
So, for example, using you as a representative, right? Because you would be a representative to my account, right? there's a way for you to say to fix that for me.
Of
In
course,
a
yeah,
sense,
that's what we do.
I don't
We
even
work.
have to. I don't have to go through that process of having to make, because there's multiple calls. You got to call these different
It's
bureaus.
yeah.
Yes, and all these collectors, they're
It's
not all
tedious.
one
It's a
collector.
tedious process, and not only one collector, but 3 credit bureaus. Remember, you got TransUnion,
Equifax.
Equifax, and Experian.
And experience, right? Wow.
Yeah,
I literally
I
just
know.
I know I
And
said this
it's
before.
way deeper than that, because many laws. There is laws that regulate the collectors. There is laws that regulate the bureaus. There is laws that regulate banks, institutions. But as you know, some people don't even be reading on those things, right?
has that
But
knowledge.
it's your legal right as a consumer to know that, hey, I can go ahead and dispute that. I can go ahead and fix that, because sometimes I seen it happen. Sometimes people have a negative accounts that doesn't even belong
That's
to
not
them.
theirs.
It's not
Yes.
theirs, or they have errors in the
Errors.
reporting, and because of those things, they're trying to buy a house, they can't. They be getting denied because of errors.
That's crazy. Another question. So, for example, if there's an account that I'm like, it's not mine, because
Right.
people steal names. People steal your
Yeah,
info.
people, the
You
identity
know, all
theft
that-
is real.
Yes, that is a
Very
real
real.
thing. I had it done to me. I was gone for a couple years, and I came back, and my name was
Wow.
used in New York. I came to, I went to get my license. My name was being used in the RMV.
Right.
So I ended up having to pay like $2,000 to get my license back for stuff
Wow.
that I didn't do,
That you
but
didn't
somebody
even-
used my info on.
Yes.
So what happens to somebody in that scenario? Like,
That's a good
what do
question.
you do to really kind of
So I'll give people
Clear that out.
a couple of resources when it comes. That's identity theft, and that's something that happens a lot, very real, especially now with all this technology. You see, everything is online, so people can even use your information, put it
AI.
online, right? So there's definitely a couple of things people can do, right? I would start with, like, step one would be getting your credit report, right? Analyzing what is in there. You can go to websites like annualcreditreport.com. We're gonna leave all the resources on the video. And you can go there and get a copy for free, right? To make sure that your names are correct. That's when we do a consultation for people, that's what we do. We make sure their names are correct.
Okay.
Because, they can even put your last name wrong, right?
right.
Addresses are correct. Make sure that the address is being reported
Matches
are yours,
your name, yeah.
right? So once we go through the whole report, then we say, okay, whatever is not them, or oh no, I never lived there. That account is not mine.
Right.
Then you can go to the ftc.gov. It's like a Federal Trade Commission. It's like a federal website. You can go there and you can fill out an identity theft report from that federal organization. Basically has the stamp and anything. You can get it online quick. You just fill out your information, and then you go there and you report identity theft. And then it's going to allow you to put any information that you believe is not accurate or you believe it doesn't belong to you. You put it in there, like, for example, accounts, names, addresses,
Birth
and you-
dates.
anything that you see on the report, right? Because you first analyze the report. Anything that doesn't belong to you, then you put it on the FTC identity theft report, right? And you print that out with your report, and you can send it to the
bureau?
to the bureaus, and they're supposed to correct that information.
And is that something they fill out right online? Mm-hmm. And then you just print it out once you complete it?
Yeah,
and
you can just
submit it
and
to
they give
the
it to you right
IRS?
away. Because now they have a more better website. Now you can do all those things
updated.
online. Just print it out, attach it with your credit report, that FTC report, and also things that identify you, like your driver license, your social security card. That way they know that it's valid, right? So things like that you can do, and you can fix all of that.
Wow, that's so awesome. I'm gonna get on my homework with that one.
For sure.
Because I still need a lot of help. Great stuff. I so appreciate this information. I mean, I'm using it. It's useful to me
No,
personally.
imagine how many other people are gonna really benefit from this. Because I'm telling you, a lot of people just either have bad credit or even don't know where to even start.
No info,
Right?
no knowledge.
No knowledge.
Nobody to kind of guide. No guide. There is no
guidance.
guide unless you
Yes.
search for it. Or unless you have people like Marlon Credit who really, really face on that. This is his specialty. This is what
Right.
he does. This is his background. So make sure you link up with him, contact him, reach out to him. Marlon, what are your?
I mean, they can find me on IG. That's where I'm usually more active. Marlon Credit, just like that. Marlon Credit.
MARLON.
LON, yeah, and then the word credit.
Credit.
Marlon Credit.
All right, awesome. And we'll talk more about that for contact info.
Definitely.
You wanted to say something else?
No, I said definitely. If you got any other questions,
I
we
have.
can go ahead and run it.
This is a good one, because I've always had this question myself. Is Credit Karma real? Like, can you really depend on it?
That's good. I'm gonna break it down.
I use it, to be quite honest. It's one of my other resources that I check. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, it's good. I tell people use it because it also give you tips on even how to fix it, or like just tips in general in credit, right? Credit education. Right. So why not? The only thing is that it's not that it's like inaccurate or that is
bad
or anything like that, right? Yeah. It's just that you gotta understand the scores, right? Scores, there's different models of it. You got FICO, which is the industry standard. That's what 90% of the lenders use. Okay. When they're trying to make a lending decision, when you go and apply for credit, they look at your FICO score. Okay. What happened is Credit Karma is not FICO. It's called Vantage Score, but it's a legit model created by the bureaus to compete with FICO. But unfortunately, FICO has been in the game for so long that they can't really catch up with FICO. Kind of how it is, right? Okay. So FICO is still the industry leader when it comes to giving scores, right? But they do give you the Vantage Score, and it's just calculated different from FICO. So that's why you might go on Credit Karma, you might see you have 700. Mm-hmm. Then you might go to your bank and you see 600. I'm like, what is going on here? Which is the real one? It's just that it just calculated different. But then that's why I tell people, when you're building your credit or you're fixing it up with credit repair, just pay attention to the report. Make sure that the information in the report is all accurate, that you don't have any negatives, right? Like late payments, charge off, remove all of those. Okay. And then build it, like we say, right?
Like
with
a little personal card.
Right. And if you do focus on the report, that's gonna reflect on FICO and on Vantage. It don't matter. Because the report is the actual. The scores is just a reflection from whatever data is on the report. Okay. Make sense? So I tell people, just build the report the right way. And that's what we teach people, right? Build it the correct way and don't worry about the scores. The score is going to go up if you fix the report. Make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. Now, me, because I do question this, when I see my FICO through my credit union.
To your credit union.
John Dark, which is who I use. I've been with them for a long time.
Right.
Just to throw that name out there. Pretty good credit union. I'll see the FICO and then I'll go into Credit Karma. And you see the numbers, they're pretty different.
They can be really different. I've been seeing ranges for like 50 to 100 points. Sometimes I've been seeing that. Yeah, I've been seeing like a drastic.
I feel like that's false information. I think that these other bureaus should really catch up on at least giving you. Well, I mean, if FICO is saying I'm a 695, maybe Karma just say 700.
But let me tell you about this too, about FICO, that is interesting, because even within the FICO score, you're gonna have different models. Like, for example, if you're trying to buy a house, there is a mortgage FICO score. Right? If you're trying to get a credit card, there's a FICO bank card that is just specific for that type of product. Then if you're trying to get a car loan, there is a one for that. So there's different models within the FICO. That's why it's like it can be very, it's deep.
Yeah.
It's deep. I just tell people, I just break it down to those two, FICO and Vantage. I don't really go into too much details on the different models on FICO because people can get confused. But like I say, just build your credit the right way and you should be okay.
All right. Got you. And this is also for, I know that, my kids, I try to guide them in regards to like saving, making sure that you start building your credit. For me, my understanding, Capital One has always been that one.
That's good. Yeah, to start. starter.
Yeah, good starter. They give you, limited from 200 to 500 if you're brand new.
Right.
But they really, if you really stay on top of your payments, like Marlon said, yeah, your score would be high. It goes high, but also try to build other accounts so that way you're building history, not just your credit score.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Okay. And so we spoke about the FICO score already, right? How do we get your FICO score?
Yeah, how you get it, you can go to, actually FICO has it's a whole company. So you can go myfico.com.
Okay.
And you can subscribe. They have like different memberships, right? If you want, like, for example, if you only want it for like one bureau, yeah, it's a cost associated with it. If you want it for like one bureau, it might be like, I don't know, $19 a month if from like one bureau. If you want it for all three, it might be like $40 a month.
Okay.
And also they charge based on like time frame. If you want like one report, if you want like one report every month, it might be higher than if you just want one report every 90 days.
Okay.
So it's like, but people can go to myfico.com, right? Or like the banks be giving that as a benefit. You see, like JNDR, I believe JNDR give you Equifax. The only thing is that they're only going to give you one. I tell people, that's another thing. I tell people listening, if you're trying to build your credit, don't just go by what your bank is saying, because your bank is just giving you one. What about the other two? We need a full report. You need all three in order to see what's going on.
Okay. Oh, that's important. So it's true. I never even thought about that. So it does only focus on FICO.
But it's only one.
But it's only one.
You see, for example, you say JNDR, right? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think they give you Equifax, right? But that's Equifax FICO. But what about TransUnion? What about Experian? Where are you gonna get those? Because they only give you one. Because it's a free benefit,
Right. Do you know any that do all three?
Well, myfico.com, do it all three. You can also go to Experian.com, like Experian, like the credit bureau. Experian, they have a free membership that they give you Experian FICO score for free. Because
it's long. Isn't it like a limited
free
thing? Or it's free for
as
long
free.
as you have
like like Credit Karma, that is free. It's the same thing. You download Experian.
Okay.
And if you do the free membership, they give you Experian report and a score for free. Only that one.
But only Experian.
Only Experian. Now, if you wanna subscribe to I believe they charge like $30 a month, then you can get all three. All three FICO scores.
So guys, remember that. Pay. Sometimes, like, I struggle with having to pay for these accounts because I want everything for free.
Yeah, I mean, I would say a good hack for people that probably don't have the money is like get Credit Karma. Credit Karma give you TransUnion and give you Equifax. Remember, it's not FICO, but at least give you something, right, to start. So you got Credit Karma for free, and then you get Experian for free. Then you go to Experian.com, create a free account. Now you have all three for free.
Oh, that's smart.
That's a good little hack, right?
Okay.
That you can do to at least get see the situation, see what you have, and build it. Yeah.
Get some information at least. Start off with some information, and that'll lead you to know, okay, now I really need to apply for these accounts because now I want the full history.
Right.
I think that's how you go and get that full history, and you still get like a peak of your history when it's free.
Yeah.
But I don't think.
I mean, no. In Experian, you get the full report.
Oh,
yeah, you get everything, account? Even on the free. You get the full report, but only from Experian. You get the full report, everything that you have. Any credit that you have in the last 7 to 10 years, you get the full report and you get the score.
Oh, okay. So
they just charge you to get the other two.
Gotcha.
My son, but Experian will give you everything.
All right. So don't forget that, guys. Experian is your go-to. If you're really trying to start off. Good information. Oh my goodness, guys, these are gems. Please stay in tune with how these steps work so you can really elevate yourself and the house you want, the business you want. That's where you start. And for the high school, college, you don't have this knowledge. Here it is.
One thing to also know that because in what I do is like one of the big component is like giving people hope. Because, people sometimes people think, oh, I did, something happens, my credit's bad. How, they don't even, like I said, they don't even know what to start. So they lose hope, right? So I tell people, and one of the things that I always like to say is like, every credit's fixable. Don't think because don't think because somebody has 5,000 worth of debt compared to somebody that has 100,000 worth of debt, it can be fixed. No, and no matter the amount of debt that you have, might take longer, right? Some credits might take longer than others to get fixed, but it's fixable. So don't get in your head thinking, no, I'm not gonna reach out to him. My situation is too bad. I seen credit scores in the 300, believe it or not. Remember, the range is from 300 to 850. 850 being the best.
Oh, and it was 400.
No, it started at 300 from 850. Wow. That's like the FICO score range, right? And I think when I do consultations, I see scores in the 350, like high 300s. Okay. And they be ashamed, they be like, wow, yeah.
Yes,
they be telling me the size of listing. Don't worry about it. We can fix it because it's just a matter of first taking action, creating a plan, and executing the plan.
Taking action, creating a plan.
Being willing to fix it, right? What I mean being willing to fix it is not being ashamed of sharing it with somebody that's there to help you.
Yes.
Because if you think we're gonna
judgment.
Right. If you think we're gonna do that, then you're gonna see, you're gonna stay in the same situation.
Yeah.
So being willing to fix it, creating a plan, and executing the plan. That's what it is.
Being able to fix it, creating a plan, and executing on the plan.
And executing on the plan.
Don't forget those three, okay?
Yeah.
Anything is possible as long as you put your work into it and your dedication to it. You will see results.
And you are, great.
I'm an example of that. We are examples of that. We are examples of that. Because I know, you started, like you said, you've been through it. You've been through the trenches to say, now I can specialize in this because I've experienced it and I know where to do, take the right steps to be better or to do better.
Of course.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Good stuff. Then we have, is credit repair legal? You did touch on that already,
right. It's federal laws, actually. When I say Fair Credit Reporting Act, another one is Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. That one is FDCPA. That one regulates the third-party collection agencies. Like, those agencies that be calling people.
Harassment.
It regulates those type of companies. But those laws are federal laws. Sometimes you can, rely on federal laws to fix your credit. Sometimes you can rely on state laws. Because believe it or not, in each state, there's laws as well that help you, Like, for example, I had a client that had a repo. She was trying to buy a house, right? But they had a repo for like 20-something thousand, right?
Okay.
It was like 2 years ago. And we rely we see the reporting and we notice on, inaccuracies, on errors that we can fix.
Okay.
And we use Massachusetts laws, because she lives in Mass, to fix it. Sometimes you rely on state laws to get things fixed as well. So, but those that I mentioned, the FCRA and the FDCPA, those are federal laws.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Say it again,
FCRA.
FCRA?
FCRA, Fair Credit Reporting Act, and the FDCPA, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act.
Oh, good. That's good information, guys. Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, jot that down. I think that's it pretty much on my questions. Really useful stuff that we can really use and provide to you all. I mean,
for sure.
This is stuff that you would really have to pay a couple hundreds because, out there, nothing's for free, unfortunately. So, blessings to Marlon Credit, who's really able and capable to provide us with this information so we can further ourselves. Again, the word elevate, it's one of my favorite words.
Right.
Because if you're looking to grow, you're looking to build and not be stagnant, this is the type of information you need. And I would recommend to kind of do more research, so that way you can more educate yourself.
Of course.
To really elevate yourself.
No, I like that. It's about elevation, right? It's like I always say too, like, it's really me as an immigrant, right? It's hard for you to like, I would say, financially get better or progress financially with just working and saving money, right? I think I touched that a little bit on the last podcast that we did, like how hard it's for somebody, for like the regular average, consumer out there to save up 50,000, 100,000, or even 300,000 to like buy a house cash, right?
Yeah.
At some point in your life, you're gonna need some type of credit. So don't be the person thinking, oh man, no, whatever he's saying is good, but I like to use cash. You got some people out there
I
like,
know
no,
a lot of people like
cash
that.
is king, this and that. I understand that, but if you actually study and you study like billionaires and people with a lot of influence, right? You understand how they use their credit. They just be smart about it, right? They understand that credit is just a tool to get them where they want to be, because they do have the money probably to pay cash, but why? If the banks can give it to me, now I'm risking somebody else's money and I can keep my own right nice and safe, right?
For sure.
So it's how it is.
Yeah.
It's how it is. It's about seeing credit as that tool to like get you to the next level. Use it responsible. That's the key word right there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Use it responsible. Trust me. I was young. Like you say, sometimes you're young and stupid, right? And you made decisions that you should have made, but just if you use it responsibly, it can get you, to another level. So, thank you.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. I appreciate the knowledge. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Just make sure that you use it to your ability,
right,
and that you use it to, again, get to where you're trying to get in life. This is not stuff, unfortunately, that's provided in school. You really have to have these type of connections to really educate yourself and see, where you can start. Again, don't be ashamed. A 300 score does not matter. It is doable. It is fixable, and that's key. It is fixable. Okay. So make sure you continue to educate yourself and follow us. Follow Marlon Credit, Red Carpet District. And to say the least, can't leave away, TMP, our production team.
Definitely.
Donaldo, who's an extraordinary camera guy. Love him to death. Thank you for always being able and capable to support us in what we're trying to accomplish with the community, most importantly.
Right.
Anything else you want to share that you think we left out?
They can find me on Instagram, Marlon Credit. For those that we do offer, my team and I, a free credit consultation for those people that want to just like, hey, I want for you to like really break it down for me and kind of like give me a plan. We do that for people. They can text me 978-421-4418, and we take it from there. Thank you so much. It's always an honor. Be blessed to be here. So thank you.
Pleasure to have you always. I hope that we can kind of maybe find something else that we can kind of allow our, community and our viewers to, get more knowledge. Please, any questions, anything that you have in mind that, we didn't provide or we didn't touch on, make sure to comment. You can find us, Red Carpet District, on IG. We're on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, also Red Carpet District Studios. We're on all platforms. Make sure to follow us and share the word. We also, just to throw in really quickly, Red Carpet, what we do here is we support up-and-coming fashion designers, we support up-and-coming music artists, and we support anyone who is in the art industry. Anything that you want is possible. Anything you want to accomplish in this life is possible. I am an example of that. Make sure that it is something you love doing, and you will see the fruition of your labor.
That's right.
When it's what you love doing. We're here to support you. If you want any other information that we can help you with, please make sure to reach out and contact us, okay? Our contact number is 978-805-8316. Again, make sure you follow Marlon Credit, TMP Empire for any production media that you are looking for. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you again, Marlon.
Next one.
On to the next one. We'll see you then.
Be blessed.
Take care.
Let's get it.
TMP Empire.